Welcome to the drag and drop template tutorial. In this video, I will be going through how to use the customizable drag and drop template available in CRM's email module. This template allows users to easily create custom email campaigns to send to contacts around the world. With the convenience of dragging and dropping design components, you can create professional email outreach with your mission or office's branding with no prior HTML or coding experience required. Add custom fonts with different colors and heading formats. Import your own images or choose from thousands of free images to embed. Play around with custom spacers and dividers to format your email appropriately. Add buttons to easily link to registration forms or websites. Easily embed videos from YouTube for convenient playback directly from the campaign. Insert countdowns to an upcoming event. Lastly, add your mission or office's social media buttons so your contacts can continue to stay in touch. Now, let's begin our tutorial from the email module. To use the drag and drop email template, of course you'll start from the email module, and we're going to click Create to begin creating a new campaign. I'm going to name the campaign Test Drag and Drop Template Tutorial. You can give yours a new subject line, add pre-header text, and also make sure that the sender of the campaign is the correct email address you would like to send it from. And once done, click Next. So we're going to navigate to My Templates, and we're going to select the drag and drop template, as you can see right here, except yours will have your mission or office's branding up top. I'm going to click into it, and this template will be defaulted, but we can customize it to whatever design we would like. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to be creating an email campaign using the example of New Year's 2022. Now let's start creating our campaign with custom components. So from this build sidebar, you can easily drag and drop any of these components to the exact placement that you desire. You can also use this to move it in different placements. You can copy it if you would like to duplicate any of these components as well, or you can delete any unwanted components like I'm doing right now. Let's start by editing some of this text. You can edit this header right here. As you can see, there's a drop down for different styles of headings, as well as some numbered lists and bulleted lists as well. You can change the font, the size, you can bold, italics, or change the color as well. You can even hyperlink any of the text and change the alignment. From this insert dropdown, you can insert personalization to insert the name or the job title of your recipient, for example, as well as a specific date or any custom fields from your mailing segments, or share from Twitter or Facebook. I'm going to edit the text to heading 1, going to change the font. I do not want it in italics, and I want the color to be this navy blue. And I'm going to change this label to Happy New Year with an exclamation point. Now here in this text, for normal text, this is where I'm going to put the body of my email. You can play around, of course, with the alignment, the color. Now I want this color to match the header. You can also bold it if you would like, but you can always undo by either hitting Control-Z or scrolling all the way down to the undo or the redo button. So I'm going to leave this as is because I like the way this looks. Next, of course, I would like to add an image. So I'm going to drag this image block right exactly where I want it, which is right beneath the text. And I'm going to click the image button. So you have multiple options. You can click Upload Image to upload a file from your computer, or you can click this search bar right here to browse from free images via Unsplash. So let's see what type of images they have for New Year's. I'm going to enter my search query, and I like this Happy New Year image right here. Now see how easy it was to not only upload an image, but also to find an image that you desire. Now, of course, these are free images. They are not copyrighted, so you can add them to your email campaigns without any approval or crediting. Now, something that's very important is entering alt text. Alt text is very important for accessibility. Recipients who are not able to see your email campaign images are able to use a screen reader so they can read the image description out loud. So a good example of alt text could be a banner that reads, "Happy New Year," displayed over a wooden background with leaves on top of it. Basically, you want to write a description regarding what is in the image. You can also customize the size of your image if it's too large or too small, as well as update the alignment or add some extra image spacing. But I like how this looks as is. Now, before I move on to adding other components to my campaign, I want to discuss the different layouts and sections you can add to your email. So as you can see here, this is a separate block. Now the components go one on top of each other, whereas this block right here has sections going side by side. So you can play around with adding different layouts by scrolling down and clicking this green Add Section button, and you can choose from 5 different layout blocks, and you can click and drag them to the exact location you would like. To continue building our email campaign, I would next like to add a video. However, I would like to make it separate from the text and the image we have up top. So I'm actually going to add a divider by dragging and dropping it. And since I want to keep the same header format, I'm actually going to copy this Happy New Year text and then use this to move it directly under the divider. Now I actually want to embed an ambassador greeting from YouTube. Perfect. Next, I'm going to drag and drop the video component directly beneath the header. Now I can easily just copy and paste the YouTube URL into this box. And see, it automatically embeds, so your email recipients can easily click into the YouTube link to watch your remarks. Now, I also would like to add some captions. I'm going to copy and paste the description from YouTube. Here we go. Perfect. So our campaign is coming along pretty well. We have our Happy New Year greeting, a little message directly below, a nice image, and then a separate section for the ambassador's remarks. Next, I would like to add a component for a countdown to January 1st, 2022. Now, I actually want to use this section below that has the 2 content blocks side by side. So first, I actually want to add an image. So I'm going to click Replace on the image that's already here, and again, browse some free images. Now, since we're going to add a countdown below, why don't we add an image of the Times Square ball dropping? I think this captures it pretty well. So I'm going to click into it, and here we go. Next, I would like to add a heading that says Countdown to New Year's. Now I want this to fit on one line, so I'm going to adjust the size a little bit. Here we go. And I'm going to delete this text box and then drag and drop the countdown functionality. So what I'm going to do is select the end date from the calendar. However, you can actually only select dates for up to 3 months ahead. So for this purpose, I'm just going to select December 21st as the end time. I'm going to make it midnight. Perfect. Now I want to point out that the countdown will actually not update in the preview of your email. However, once you send a test email and send out the email to your recipients, there will be an accurate countdown in the email. Perfect. So I like how this looks on the side, but now I want to add another component on the other side. For the last part of my campaign, I would actually like to add a sign-up form to an upcoming New Year's Eve event that we will be hosting. So I'm going to add a heading here for register for our New Year's Eve watch party. Actually want to center this. And then here I'm going to type in some more information regarding the event. Perfect. Next, what I would like to do is replace this image. Again, browsing free images, and let's do party. Let's see what we can find. I like these lights over here. Perfect. And now I would like to add a button so recipients can register. So I'm going to drag and drop the button component directly below. I'm going to relabel the button to say register here. I'm going to add the button link so they can click into this button and be taken to the registration form. And you also can customize the size, the style, the corners, and the alignment, as well as the font, the color, and the color of the button. Now, I don't really like how these are off balance, so I'm actually going to add a spacer below the countdown so this can be a little bit more centered and balanced. I think that looks a little bit better. I can also add something here if I would like. Maybe I want to add some text. Let's say we can't wait to ring in the new year with you all. Perfect. Now I'll adjust the spacer by dragging. I think this looks okay. Now I'm pretty pleased with how my campaign looks, so I definitely want to confirm everything looks great in the preview before I send it to any of my recipients. I'm going to click this preview button on the top, and here I'll be taken to two screens where I can see how this campaign will look like on a computer as well as a mobile phone. So let's make sure everything looks right. I think the spacing all looks good, and now I can see my countdown timer looks perfect. It's operating correctly. Great. So I'm pleased with my campaign, and now I'm going to go to the next step, which is to define recipients. And here's where I'll select which mailing segments will receive my email. So that's pretty much concludes how to use the drag and drop template. You will go ahead and select your mailing segment, click next, and then schedule your campaign once done. Now that we have concluded our tutorial, I would like to discuss a few email ideas that can hopefully inspire your next campaign. Let's first start with press releases. Many embassies and consulates typically update their contacts on the latest press releases by the Secretary of State or by POTUS on news relevant to their mission. Take example from Mission United Kingdom's simple campaign that includes only the headline and transcript of the meeting. They typically update their mailing segments on the latest news, speeches, and events announced by the department. For campaigns like this, keep it simple to communicate the importance of the message. The next example, and probably the most common, is newsletters. Many missions and offices, including the CRM office, send out newsletters on a monthly or even weekly basis. This is a great type of campaign to get creative with the drag and drop template. Take a look at Ripper's monthly newsletter, The Catalyst, designed to not only update subscribers on important news, such as Afghanistan evacuations and natural disaster responses, but also to entertain readers with funny pictures, jokes, puns, and GIFs. This is a perfect example of how you can use the drag and drop template to hook readers to your campaign. Next, let's discuss holiday greeting cards, another popular campaign. The email module is a great way to wish your contacts happy holidays, whether it is a Happy New Year like our example earlier, or a Happy Ramadan like Mission Singapore's campaign from April 2021. In your campaign, you can insert ambassador remarks regarding the holiday, link upcoming events related, and of course share beautifully designed greeting cards either created directly from the module or from an external site such as Canva. Finally, let's conclude with the save the date emails. As events approach, users typically send these types of campaigns to let contacts know an important event is coming up. These are quite different from event reminder emails that are sent from the events module. This is yet another option to send outreach with more flexibility and customization, such as including a countdown to the event or to when contacts should RSVP, as well as adding photos.
Let's take a look at ECA's Save the Date campaign for the upcoming Women's Economic Empowerment event hosted in January 2021. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know by contacting us at salesforcesupport@state.gov or in CRM HQ Chatter.